Reality Bites, proudly sponsored by S. Clift Foods.
Hi, I'm Steven Bennett and this is Reality Bites. This week we're in Market Rasen at a brilliant little venue. The Advocate Arms is a two-rosette restaurant, which means the AA have recognised it for great food and service, set in the beautiful town of Market Rasen with Michelin recognition. They've got a talented head chef and it's going to provide a different challenge to our competitors over the next 2 weeks. Here's a little bit more on today's venue.
So the hotel opened as the Advocate Arms in 2008 and it was previously the Gordon Arms for a number of years. I don't know exactly, but a long time before that, and it was more of a pub, kind of a local really, and the current owner, he took it on and, as I say, reopened, did a lot of work obviously, and reopened in 2008. We've got a really talented chef in Josh, and he's actually been here quite a long time now. He's been head chef for the past couple of years, and he was the one that actually gained us our second rosette.
Well, I started off at 15 working in kitchens while I was in school, just doing desserts, things like that, and then from that I went straight to Grimsby Institute and did a level 2 professional cookery at Grimsby Institute whilst working within the industry as well for 2 years. After that I went to a local restaurant where I live in Caister, and I worked there for a further 3 years, moving on to TLB with the same owners, working for them for a further 2 years before I moved to the Advocate as a junior sous chef. So I was working here alongside a head chef, planning menus and things like that, and then 2 years after that, he left and I got the promotion up to head chef, and I've been doing that now for coming up to 4 years.
So today's signature dish is a mushroom ravioli with an asparagus and chive soup and a thyme oil. A lot of skill is involved with this dish. So they have to make a pasta, they have to make a soup, they have to make a thyme oil. Let's just see how it should look. Just like our first heat, we have 2 competitors from a local college going head to head for a place in the Southern semi-final. And this week, our students are from Lincoln College.
Well, here at Lincoln College, we do a number of courses for catering. We've got level 1 diploma in professional cookery, we've got a level 2 diploma in professional cookery, and we have the advanced professional cookery, which the students are in at the moment. We also have a diploma of culinary skills, which runs alongside the level 2 programme as well. So they're quite in-depth qualifications, and they produce very good students. The students will cope with the pressure really, really well. They've had what we call synoptic tests throughout their life at college. They've had to be under pressure for 5 hours doing tests, so I think they'll cope really well with the pressure. They're both very good students, they're both level-headed students, and I think they'll be absolutely fine. They're really looking forward to it. They're a little bit nervous, as they're going to be, but they're really looking forward to the actual competition. The two students themselves are very competitive in the classroom anyway. It's a well-known rivalry between the two of them, that every written test or every practical test they are against each other, and it's been really good. Rob has to be the best at what he does, which goes with his water skiing background, but also in the kitchen as well, and the cooking side of things. He strives to be the best within the kitchen, and that's his style.
My name's Robert Hazelwood, and I'm a level 3 diploma in professional cookery at Lincoln College. The point that I decided I wanted to be a chef came from ages ago when I was kind of cooking in my kitchen with my mum and making cakes and cooking for the family, and I've just kind of loved it since then. I'd say one of my heroes is probably Gordon Ramsay, because he's quite down to earth, but also he seriously knows what he's doing, and I just find him such an interesting guy. All his recipes are amazing, and I feel like I'm quite good under pressure. Well, what I feel like is good under pressure in these kind of situations, but and trying to stay calm, and even if you've got a time limit, just doing what you do, stressing about it doesn't really help. So just trying to stay calm and that kind of thing, I hope will help on the day. I'd love to win it. I mean, it'd be amazing to. It's the first kind of cooking competition I've ever done, so it'd be good to see how far I can get and take it as a challenge. I feel like it's quite a big thing for the college and like I say, this department, because it's quite a small department, and the more we can get kind of the department out there and the sessions restaurant, the busier we can get, and it'll bring so much to the college just to enter it, but hopefully show off what the college has taught us and do well.
Rob is also a world champion water skier, gaining a gold medal and 2 bronze medals in the World Junior Under-17 Water Ski Championships in Chile in 2017. So he knows a thing or two about dealing with pressure at the highest level. Speaking of athletes, it's probably a good point to meet our guest judge for the next 2 weeks, world-ranked paracyclist and Ironman, Liz McTurnan.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Looking forward to today?
Yeah, really excited actually, yeah. Today's a rest day because I'm usually training. I'm back into double sessions a day, so I have to do swim, bike, run, and then fit it all in, basically, but also have 2 recovery days per week.
2?
2, I'm allowed 2.
You were telling me you were doing the Ironman?
Yes, last year my aim was to do an Ironman because I'm still trying to qualify for a Paralympics.
Okay.
But last year there were no points on offer to qualify for the Paralympics in Tokyo.
Which means what? So anybody that
you
doesn't
have
know.
to go to international competitions in Europe mostly and further afield, and then gain points, world ranking points, and those points earn a slot, but the points go towards your national federation.
Right, okay.
And then they choose who goes to the Paralympics. So last year was a fun year, so I decided to do an Ironman.
As you do.
As you do.
And you did quite well, I heard.
I did. I set a world record for the fastest female hand cyclist on a recumbent bike. They changed the rules about 10 years ago.
Right.
From any upright bike or a semi-upright bike or a kneeling bike to a recumbent bike, because everyone can ride a recumbent bike.
Is that the...
It's long,
Yeah.
it looks like I'm lying down on a sunbed.
So basically you're just relaxing then?
Absolutely, yeah. It's not hard work at all.
No, it doesn't look...
No.
So why do you want to do this today? Apart from liking food?
I love food. I do. I really love food. I love cooking. It's got to be home cooking, homemade. I know it takes time, but I have spare time in between training. I'm not working. I'm training full time, so I spend a lot of time in my kitchen concocting recipes and swapping around and deciding what I want to eat.
So do you eat high protein?
No, not particularly
No.
high protein, because I'm only 48 kilos.
Right.
I only need about 50 kilos, 50 grams of...
I was going to say 50 kilos.
Yeah, protein.
Yeah, exactly.
I only need about 50 grams of protein.
Yeah.
You don't actually need as much protein. I'm not bodybuilding,
No.
so I don't need a huge amount, and I have to have good quality protein. So we're lucky we live in Lincolnshire. And,
Completely.
the meat is fantastic. The fish is fantastic. It comes from Grimsby Docks. Gets landed. It's beautiful and fresh.
Well, the great thing is with Lincolnshire, I think people forget, we're like the garden of the country.
Yes,
which
we produce all the vegetables that everyone in the rest of the country eats. So it's amazing.
We're going to go back in now. I'll see how they're getting on, so there's no panicking. There might be a little bit of panicking.
Sure there will be a few sweaty brows, yes.
So we'll see how we get on. It's great to see you anyway. So
Okay.
we'll chat later on.
Yeah, great.
Time for Rob to get in the kitchen to start all of his prep for today's dishes.
Not feeling too bad to start off with. This is kind of the slow part of the minute, but once it gets near the end, I'm sure I'll be a bit more stressed.
We know that today's dishes is a challenge in itself, with lots of different elements to it. So what has Rob decided to create to complement this dish?
My dish is going to be a deconstructed lemon meringue pie with hopefully a raspberry coulis and a honeycomb to add a bit of texture. My thinking was it's quite flavourful, but there's not that much texture going on, and it's quite it's very creamy, the main course. It's got lots, like I say, lots of cream in, and quite rich. So my thinking was you got lots of texture from the meringue, the honeycomb, the tartness from the lemon curd, and the kind of mix from the raspberry coulis should come together and kind of finish off the meal, really. That was my hoping.
Join us in part 2 to see how Rob gets on with the signature dish of the Advocate Arms.
Right, bad start. Oh no! Don't record that. I may have just cracked an egg on the floor. Really bad start.
Reality Bites, proudly sponsored by S. Clift Foods. Reality Bites, proudly sponsored by S. Clift Foods.
Welcome back to Reality Bites, here at the Advocate Arms in Market Rasen for the next heats of our cooking competition. Rob is doing the restaurant dish of wild mushroom ravioli with asparagus and chive soup and thyme oil. To go with this, he's doing a deconstructed lemon meringue pie with raspberry coulis and some honeycomb. And so far, seems to be managing in the kitchen quite nicely.
Rob, chef,
Hello.
all
Yes.
prepped done?
Well, as much as I think I can get done, yeah, I'm quite happy with how much I've done, so...
Yeah. So you now have 1 hour to produce a signature dish and your accompaniment dessert, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, your hour starts now then, young man.
Okay, thanks, chef. Lemon curd's cooling, coulis on, pasta's just going, pasta filling's made, meringues are in the oven, tarts are made, not tarts are made, sorry, the pastries, everything's made, it's just cooking it all now. Yeah, I'm hoping it should be all done in time.
Adrian Hollingsworth from Lincoln College has come along to support Rob today.
So, Adrian, you're here to support your student?
Yeah, Rob's in there at the moment. I've just been in to see him, and he seems to be on target at the moment.
He says he was. He said a couple of interesting things. He was like, yeah, there's some basic ingredients, but I've got to make sure it's seasoned perfectly, which I liked. I thought it was a really...
Yeah, we've been trying to drill into them, sort of season and taste.
Yeah.
It's really important as a chef to season and taste your own food before it goes out. So yeah, he's...
How's he struggling? Is he struggling with the kitchen? Because it's a new kitchen. It's not a college kitchen with all the mod cons.
It's not easy. It's not easy for them to go into a kitchen. They've never been in the kitchen before.
No.
So yeah, it's quite difficult. I mean, they're doing the dishes, they're practice. But in a new environment, that's quite hard. So.
Yeah, I was trying to find a anyway. Going into it is the same for any chef. Like getting into a new kitchen and going, where's the chopping boards? Where's the salt? Where's the anything? Just basic things you had to have to hand.
So they used to work in different environments. Plus, where Rob works, they work a lot of functions. So it's different every time anyway. So it's really good.
Well, he's getting the best of both worlds then, isn't he? With actually doing function prep as well as...
That's right, yeah. So he knows the volume as well.
Yeah, which is important as well as chefs, because the biggest problem the industry's got at the minute is that young chefs aren't coming through, and we've got to, from an industry, we have a responsibility as well from industry, as well as you guys working with different colleges to keep these students coming through, keeping them interested in cooking and also keeping them in the area. Right, well, I'll go see how he's getting on again, shall I? Brilliant, nice to speak to you, Adrian.
Thank you.
How are we getting on, Chef?
Not too bad so far. I'm starting to get through my bits of the dish. So
Yeah. You found the dish hard?
yeah, I think it's the fact that there's quite a few components to it with the soup and it's just getting it done in time and kind of, because they're not the most advanced ingredients, is getting the seasoning perfect and all the textures right and the chopping neat and that kind of thing.
So 30 minutes, you're going to be...
I think I should be okay, yeah. It'll be tight, but it's the fun of it.
So the pressure,
Is on,
don't let the pressure get to you then.
I hope not.
Good. Chef, how are we getting on?
Oh, I'm getting a bit of a rush now.
A rush in what way? What are you struggling with? Anything?
Just this honeycomb, I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to get it on the plate, to be honest.
Right.
But it's not a major part of the dish. It was just to give it a little bit of extra texture.
Okay.
So I've got the main parts, so just a little extra.
Okay, so what are you doing for your accompanying dish?
A deconstructed lemon meringue pie.
Okay, nice. It's going to accompany
That's
mushroom
the
ravioli?
my big part was the textures really and the flavours.
Yeah.
It's quite. The main's very creamy. It's very kind of rich, whereas kind of the sharpness of the lemon curd and the crunchiness of the honeycomb, not the honeycomb, sorry, the meringue.
I was going to say, you haven't got a honeycomb going on yet.
Well, no. Should kind of break through everything a little bit and give you something to finish the meal on, really.
How have you found working in the kitchen? Obviously,
It's
alien
different.
environment.
It's the first time I've really majorly worked in a different kitchen, so. But it's good. It's good to have the experience to be able to be in here. Do you know how long we've got?
You've now got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, are you all right?
Have to be, don't I?
You have to be, yeah. Okay, so look to get plated.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
Okay, Chef, 2 minutes. Chef, 1 minute. Okay, Chef, so we're done. Get ready to bring it out to the other judges.
Here's my signature dishes.
So what do we have?
So we've got the deconstructed lemon meringue pie with raspberry coulis, and we've got the signature dish of this restaurant, which is asparagus and chive soup with wild mushroom ravioli, pickled enoki mushrooms, and parmesan crisp.
Cool, brilliant. So did you struggle with anything?
Parmesan crisp. Yeah, it was. I just ran out of time on the parmesan crisp, so I've stringed the parmesan over and tried to give it a bit. It should still give it a nice texture and a nice flavour, just without the conventional crisp.
Without the conventional crisp, okay. Why do you think the lemon meringue is going to go well with this dish?
Well, my personal thinking was that it's a lot of different textures. So the signature dish of this restaurant is it's all very similar textures. It's quite very creamy, very rich. Whereas my dish, it's got the sharp lemon curd with the crunchy meringue and the pastry, and it should just give it something else to kind of go on for the meal.
Okay. Have you struggled with the kitchen?
It was different. It was. I think I was kind of planning on having myself next to a hob, and so I could just be backwards and forwards.
You did a lot of running around.
I probably did like 100 miles. Yeah. So it was. I mean, it was different, but it's good to be in a different kitchen and kind of using their equipment and seeing how the hobs work and having to kind of learn on the go really with the ovens and the hobs. But yeah, I'm
good.
Happy with how it ended really.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll dig in and we'll.
Thank you very much. You enjoy.
Thank you, Rob. So what do you first think from a presentation point of view?
Yeah, presentation, It's not too dissimilar actually to
Okay.
how we would present it. We'd use a slightly smaller bowl and slightly stack it higher. Obviously, it's missing a little element that we would usually do, but it's
Which
still,
is?
the parmesan twist.
What did he say? He strung it together or did?
Yeah, I think he just laid it over the top of the ravioli, so you still had the flavour of the parmesan there, but
Right.
I don't think it had the texture element that I was looking for.
It's nice.
Yeah?
I don't get a real mushroom hit though.
No, how we with the raviolis we would do would maybe be they would be slightly smaller in size.
Yeah, because they look quite
There
big.
would be a lot.
A filling.
Yeah, it'd be a
and
lot
less
thicker.
paste.
They'd be a centimetre and a half to 2 centimetres thick
Okay.
of filling, whereas obviously these are quite flat.
How have you found the soup? The consistency you were looking for?
The soup's good, seasoned well. A few more mushrooms in the ravioli. I would agree with that. It's nice and rich.
We have to remember as well, there's quite a lot of skill to this, and this
Yeah.
is, you know,
It's
making.
quite a complicated
Yeah.
dish, isn't it?
It's,
It's not just a soup.
The soup, it's not grainy at all, so he's cooked the asparagus out nice, and he's not overcooked it to make the soup obviously lose that nice green colour.
Yeah. I'm quite sure if the ravioli's been burst. It's been almost.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
there's a
didn't.
touch.
Didn't
Watery, but I didn't get any of the oil in there either that time, so I was gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's maybe what you. The first 2 jobs I would have done on this prep job were infuse the oil with thyme, which I don't think he's done because he's not getting
No,
great
do
deal
you?
of time.
Yeah.
So the first jobs I would have done was infuse the oil and then pickled the mushrooms, give them plenty of time to take on that acidity. So that's one reason I put those on there. Although they're very simple to make, is how they're thinking about what do I
The
prep
processes,
first, what should I
yeah.
prep first, what should I get on?
But it does need the parmesan on it.
Yeah. It needs the extra texture.
Yeah.
I mean, the pasta's cooked nice, it's not too soft, so you do
Yeah.
have a little bit, but it needs that texture. Without that texture, it's just a soup, really.
Yeah, it is fairly. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
Do you get that lemon hit?
That lemon is really nice.
Yeah. I'm just going in.
The meringues are good.
Oh well, go on.
I might as well just finish this a little bit here then.
Meringues are really good.
Yeah, excellent.
I believe he was going to put honeycomb on this.
I did see him making honeycomb.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, so
He mentioned it in there, so.
I saw it. Well, we have a sugar pan for obvious reasons, and
Yeah.
I saw him using the sugar pan and then going to the back room. So what happened with that? After that, I'm not too
so-
sure.
It's gone somewhere.
Yeah. Overall, if I was served these in his restaurant in the college, I wouldn't be disappointed at all.
Yeah.
So we've just done Rob's signature dish at the Advocate Arms. He's had a few little wobbles, but he's done all right. He's done very well, and he's produced some good food. So that's the most important thing. So let's next week tune in, and we'll see how another student from Lincoln College gets on.
Been mates since we started. It's always been a bit of friendly rivalship. Him being top of the class on level 1, me being top of the class level 2. But it's always friendly. It's never got out of hand.
Reality Bites, proudly sponsored by S. Clift Foods.